Hammer is on the
Oh, okay, got you.
thing with me, and I'm making both of us smaller so that it is basically not intruding on the game so much. But go on, comment, my friend, comment.
Okay, I'm commenting. I'm commenting real good. Playing path really southern actually for this first playing path of the entirety of the PEI. And we're gonna have a few teams potentially encountering it with each other. And as the rules say, you mentioned earlier, 2 points per kill for the early game stage for phase 1, phase 2. That actually could be rewarding for a few of the teams, but in a lot of cases, that could also mean absolute mayhem for the first 30 seconds of this one, as you're actually gonna have a few encounters already happening in this game, and it's a northern phase 1 circle too, so this is not fun.
Okay.
I need to put the quality.
Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now, unfortunately, we were meant to get an official clean feed on a side note, so we got one, but it didn't seem to basically work, so I am working off an alternative feed. So I do apologize with any issue. I do hope that we can get a clean feed sorted for later on and something like that. I can't do anything about it, but either way, it's a very good start from Zeus, where they've already picked up a kill onto one of the, as far as I know, Eagle Esports players.
Yeah, already one kill. I believe it was over to Icy also, so they like those early game skirmishes if they can take them for themselves. That's 2 points already. Boom. They're all set. 2 points already in the bag. They're looking absolutely fantastic as they're going to be jumping their way forward. But it seemed like Eagle especially want to take a little bit of a slow approach. Zeus trying to look at different options currently available at hand. They know the high ground advantage is not going to go their way. So Zeus also, they did a split drop. It's a pretty big split drop at that, right? So I think it's okay for them to try and reposition, take a little bit more distance. But you also got that one sneaky player, I think it was Icy, just on the hilltop right behind them. Literally, Eagle Esports are surrounded. This is not looking good for the Vietnamese boys.
It's not looking good for them at all. I still think that spread from Zeus is a bit risky, because even though they've gotten 2 kills, it's kind of 2v4. Luckily for them, 1 kill, so 3v4. Luckily for them, the players from Eagle Esports are also very heavily split up in my part. They're kind of on a 2-1 split. Nyogen is going to get caught out. Abley finds him.
Nice headshot coming out from Abilene. Zeus looking good. Another knock. And I'm pretty sure in Boom that I can say that is not going to turn into a res. He's way too far out of position. And now exactly more confident. They're crawling their way forward. And they are ready to put the smite down onto Eagle to turn them into a roasted piece of chicken.
On a side note, what's your timer say? 876
I'm at 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle.
Okay, cool. So the circle is closing in on this phase number 1. One thing that I'm curious about, Max, is whether we're going to see, compared to the global version, an adaptability to the good meta, right? Because in Game 4 Peace, we very much have seen a meta of the UMP become very powerful. Also, even the Thompson, they've shifted away from the DMR heavy meta that we'd seen previously in Game 4 Peace. I know ARs are of course always going to be somewhat popular. You can see Ziol, he has the ump. That's a good start. I like to see that.
The ump. Yes, but the UMP, the ump, whatever you call it, you're still PUBG fan, so I do not hate you nonetheless. But Dact Khan is going to be now called out of position. Darley not really looking in his global vicinity, so there's no easy way to assist. It gets it through the smoke. Ziol, that was absolutely disgusting. That is not allowed. As now he's going to go, push his way forward, go for the flash, and that is kill number 3, aka 6 points, because my math is absolutely on point in Pyramid. Now only Darley is left alive for the Eagles, and he's getting pushed up. He's getting cornered away in this building. The grenades, everything is flying in his direction, and he's about to get taken down, flashed away. He can see absolutely nothing as he goes straight into the afterlife.
So good for Zeus. What did I say before Game 1 started, Max? South Asia ready, Zeus already, Mongolia is ready. They showed all the confidence in the world in official competition leading up to the PEI, and they are showing it in Game 1 of Day 1. Already 4 kills on board. That's a total as well of 8 freaking points. Let's go, Zeus. Now, here's the thing as well. Other teams have got to be looking at that kill feed and going, oh, damn. Okay. Zeus? Okay. Just keeping in the back of their head, because come later on in the game, if they carry on that confidence, I could see Zeus pick up this chicken dinner right off the bat.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Chinese teams, they're sweating right now. Like, oh no, Mongolia, they're on us. They're going to take us down in our own tournament. No. But we're going to be seeing some few interactions, a few teams getting some nice, sick, and clean rotations. So far, this is pretty chill. I do like the fact, though, the teams, other than that split job that would happen with the likes of Zeus and also Eagles, all the other teams stayed pretty close together, got some cards, and tried to spread out as much as possible. I think we don't have a map feed, so I'm not 100% sure about this, but I'm pretty sure a lot of teams already started a northern rotation. I think a few also that went to the west are going for a northwestern rotation to wrap around northwest into phase 1 circle itself, which I think is the easiest way to read the circle and enter phase 1 circle without encountering any teams along the way. So yeah, I'm really liking how the majority of these teams are adopting this phase 1 circle and also plane path matching in a really good fashion.
I'm really excited to see this Huya FA side, to be fair, because they're the third Chinese team being represented. They came from the qualifier, and they're basically the PI wildcard team. And hey, I'm excited to see you, but yeah.
Is Zeus again? Is Zeus again? Okay, Imperium, do you want a drink?
Yeah.
Can I get a oh yeah?
That's why you were laughing. That's why you were laughing. Because I was like, did I say something funny?
I was thinking of my boy Seven Worlds Gaming, where we went PMGC would always do the joke of,
yeah.
Can I get a hiya?
Can I get a?
We were just
Hiya.
Come on, chat, you have to give us an aya now. If you don't, man, we're going to be severely disappointed. But BTR also going to be on the move, and we said it. These are the boys we're looking out for. Liquid, Zuxi, Ryzen, and Luxi. The twins are back in the game. And of course, with Liquid, I'm hyped to see how the synergy has improved in the past 4 months.
Exactly. I think it's improved massively, and it's only going to get stronger. Like, there's what I love about how, from what I've seen Liquid play, is that he feels as confident of a player as any other member of BTR, you know, because I think confidence is so much more important coming into the gameplay style, and it's needed coming into a team such as BTR. So really happy to see that come on through. Of course, the phase 2 circle popped up, Max, and it has somewhat centralized quite nicely, so it's going to make it a little bit harder from the teams coming in on the coastal side, but for the teams that did make their way in towards the center of phase 1, it has proved to be very effective for them.
I was trying to be big brain and get a screenshot of the circle so I could talk about it more in depth, but I was too slow in Pyram. I couldn't get it. But at the end, I do agree there's going to be maybe favorizing a little bit of the teams over to the coastal line that could get himself in a good position, even though it's going to be a little bit uphill. So if the teams are going to be to the west of those rotations, in a lot more comfort, but Fredo, he is not comfortable whatsoever. Self is going to take some nice one-taps down below underneath. It's going to be with the SKS. Bap. Fredo able to get the first aid kit. For Self, that's a really cool car skin, but he's going to get right into it. Is he going to go for the push and go for that extra point? Because he gives himself an extra 2 if he does get it good. And RNG, they're just surrounding Fredo, and he's not feeling good. It's feeling more like Alfredo, and he's well cooked, Imperium. He's going to get himself into the truck and hopefully making it back to safety. But he's getting chased down, and Fredo is still not out of the woods, as now going to get shot at. He makes it just behind the hilltop. RNG are chasing him, but Fredo might actually survive. Team Secret might still have a chance. The shots are still coming out. The car's about to explode, and it goes bada bing, bada boom. As Fredo goes ouchies back in the lobby.
And here's the thing. Another element of the Chinese meta is that it is a lot harder to kill somebody who's moving in a car, right? Just as I said, IC goes down. Jesus Christ, that timing is impeccable. But it is normally a lot more difficult, right? Because of the hardcore mode, so it's not any kind of aim help, right? So you really have to try and track that yourself. So moving in a vehicle, it is a little bit easier to survive. That's why Fredo only really went out with the car blowing up. So I don't think he would have been as worried. But iShots should definitely be worried, because Reject, they've already got one kill, they're looking for another.
Oh, Junie, though, be careful from a distance. That's RNG, man. They're capitalizing on these opportunities for sure. Junie knocked away. Kilo one taps coming out from Zinsi, and he will actually get the flush onto Junie. He's going to be taken out for the Warriors. Unfortunately, the Korean team struggling a little bit in the early encounter. They've got to move on through. Warriors feels bad. Sung's going to have to regroup too. They're still holding on to the edge of circle, but the chances are, Imperium, we all know that this circle is going to be shifting away from their location. But Jumper, he's maybe going to jump on the opportunity onto double seven. He just makes it away slowly into the distance, and he does not want to get involved. I like this from Jumper. This is great trigger discipline.
Great trigger discipline, but I gotta ask the question, why are the members of Team Secret so heavily separated, right?
I don't know, man.
Really is weird, but Phase 3 has popped up, and it's a little bit of a hard shift onto the east. It's helped Weibo Gaming. Geek Fam also looking pretty good as they hold on to the eastern side, along with the side of Reject Gaming, or Reject, or just Reject, I suppose. And we move on back over to the west as iShots is continuing to have the trigger discipline, but they're going to have a far distance to travel, Max, coming into this western edge of phase number 3.
For sure. Power AAA, our team is currently looking really good into the circle. We said it, Imperium, these guys are too split. Team Secret, what is currently going on? They're trying to bite down way more than they can actually chew, and Zing C is going to go for the push. It is phase 3, so it's only going to be worth 1 point now, but it's still 1 point. No, one game number 1, that doesn't matter. It's still going to give you a little bit of an advantage into the early overall standings. As another playoff Team Secret is going to be called out over there in the distance. And yeah, Team Secret, you said you were a little bit disappointed as of recently with their performance. And you know what? Seeing how they're playing this first game, this is a little bit of a weird approach from Team Secret. I'm not going to lie.
Like, you only really kind of split move or split drop or split rotate if you really have the confidence and the ability to survive on your own as a duo together. Other than that, because this is game 1 of the PEI, I really think it's advisable for most of these teams to stick somewhat together on their rotation, on their positioning, until they're confident of the area they have around them. And it doesn't seem like that's been the case for Team Secret. But we do move on over. DRS are certainly together on the southern edge of the circle, but Nima is going to suffer a couple of shots at the hands of Yamal.
Lamau, more like Yamal, he's going to go for the engage. Nima's going to be taking a lot of severe damage, though, unfortunately not going to be fully ready to take that fight head on. There's going to be a 2-2 split, actually. But yeah, Yamal is going to go this one solo, maybe biting down more than he can actually chew, as Galzian and also Mafia Boy going to join up. And yeah, Yamal is going to get knocked away. What was that? I'm a little bit unsure, Imperium. I'm not going to lie. Maybe, yeah, this is time to go away from this position, not go for the fight, because DRS and the Pally boys, they're ready to go for the fight. But Mafia Boy, Imperium, he's the one to look out for. That off angle is absolutely perfect, and Huya are definitely not ready for that encounter.
Yeah, but I don't think he's close enough to really get that off angle. He needs to be a tiny bit more aggressive on his position. 74 misses those shots, but now as he looks to disengage, indeed, Mafia Boy, he can come into play.
Oh, they heard him. Mafia Boy gets headshot. It's right off. And that's going to be 74 picking up that kill, confirming it instantly. That's going to be their very first kill of the game, so good start for them. But it's still going to be a little bit of a tricky one, Imperium, I got to say. I think they should have been given up instantly, but now it turns the tides. It's going to be a 2v3. This is a little bit more achievable coming out from Huya, but still then, I know in DRS, they might want to go for the push, and they actually go for the push, but Galen's going to be punished through the hole in the wall. He gets instantly taken on down, as now it's going to be a proper 2v2, and they are fully ready. CJ's 100% health and ready to go for the engage. Picks the second one, and DRS are flying down, getting taken down like flies by now, and he's going to make his way through the smokes, and only one AJ is left alone. Can he take the 1v2 versus Huya?
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a cheeky third party. Sarah from Reject is looking for a couple of shots, but inside the warehouse, they're going. AJ goes down. CJ gets a kill, and that is going to be a squad wipe in favor of Huya.
Good job here. I think that was actually a triple for CJ, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how it went, at least, unless the kill was confirmed by another player. Maybe that third party did snatch one away by Reject. But the thing is, the circle shifts away from Reject to that point of interest they currently had with that wide spread. That is not going to make the cut anymore. They need to start moving forward, moving downhill, moving into the circle itself upon phase 4. It's going to be coming up in just a few. But Weeaboo, this is the team that also, with Power Triple Eight, we're looking in an absolutely fantastic position in the compound that's really hard to breach. And if you try to breach it, you get the information way ahead of time. So I think that Power Triple Eight and also Weeaboo are looking absolutely golden for this first game of the day.
Trying to heal up Mad Toy, the last player up for Team Secret. Him trying to make a move into the circle is going to be very tricky. Credit to him for at least, you know, kind of staying alive as a solo, holding on to the edge of the blue and the kind of edge of the circle, not overextending his area too much. We do see in the kill feed, Martin from Valdez, the murder, getting knocked down and suffering punishment at the hands of Zeus.
Oh man, they're getting punished. They're about to get smited. The overall punishment from the gods is going to be falling right on top of their heads. I'm seeing here. Give me a nice Car 98 headshot. Give it to me onto Appy Pappy, please.
Come on.
I need it today. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. Yes, you see the head? Oh, it doesn't hit it. And that information is going to be given away. So normally Appy will not peek that again unless he's a madman. Which you never know. He might just be. The Reject, as I said, he's going to go for the push. And they're going to go for a sneaky little encounter with the absolute mad lads of Geek Fam ID.
I understand covering your back, but I really feel like the fourth player of Reject is just too far away from the rest of his team, right? I think there's a certain point. Yeah, okay, now he's moving in because there's a certain point in the game in which you really need to kind of focus on one fight at a time, or at least really be in a closer position where you're able to support while still react should your team engage onto your opponents. Geek Fam do have a very good spread though, 2-1-1, so it's going to be a little bit harder for Reject to break that defense.
Oh, Mad Toy. We've seen this guy do many clutches Imperium for Team Secret, though he's going to be solo this time versus Zeus that have been on an absolute killing spree this first game. You can check already, got himself 6 kills. They are up to 11 points already. They're top of the standings. And we talked about them, man. We're expecting them to potentially be top 3 at the end of this event. So they are definitely off to a good start, making it very easy for themselves. But now Reject Scarlet, they're going to go, or just Reject actually, not Scarlet anymore, just Reject. Which finds a little bit negative, but you know what, that's okay. It's going to be down to a 2-2 split. Onto the other side, Geek Fam are going to be down to a 2-1 of their own. There's one player missing, and oh no, it's a 3-1. There you go. He was hiding in the shadows behind. But it is a 3-1 split. So they will have a little bit more presence on one side, but that is something very easily Reject could try and use and abuse in their favor.
Indeed, we did see Zeus take down the final player of Team Secret, so we are down to 11 teams. The circle centers of Weebo Gaming could not ask for a better shift. Also, BTR looking very healthy down on the south side, but should they opt to maybe send a player forward into one of those kind of free buildings ahead, or should they just go, hey, we're safe where we are here? If we move forward as a solo or as a squad, we could still get backstabbed? Or should they maybe try and prepare for the next circle?
I think that could be. There's so many options, I think, in a circle like this. But I think they're going maybe for the more aggressive manner would suit me at least. But it depends again on their playstyle into this one. So we'll see how they're going to be approaching it. But Geek Fam, they know we got no easy way out of this one, man. We can't just crawl out of it. We've got to take that fight head on with the likes of Reject, but they're going to try and smoke their way out, pick himself into the car, which I've got to say is a little bit of a risk. If everyone concentrates their firepower on that car, this is going to be looking very dire for Geek. It seems like they're going to make it away because Moore and also Katu are both going to go for the push. One player of Reject now got knocked away. They're down to 3. They've got to go for the rest. Divine's going to try and get his fallen teammates back on his 2 feet. The Reject are going to be on the move also, but they're all in the blue in the next few seconds. This fight has an expiry date that closes off very soon.
And for Geek Fam, they got to be aware that there's another team just a little bit closer to them on the east, right? In my opinion, they have their number. That's the thing. They're going to turn their attention. Iron Pro got knocked down, and Appy, he's the last player standing.
Oh, Appy, we're going to see if he's going to be happy after this one. Unfortunately, I don't think so. He's going to have a lot on his plate, and it's going to be really hard to deal with. They're still going to have some teammates down below. They could be getting a little bit of assistance. Stars, can you get it? Come on, give me a 1 headshot. I want just 1 headshot today. It doesn't quite connect, unfortunately, for Apu. but that's fine. Things still getting a little bit settled, but there's not many teams in the circle, because if we saw the circle pop, we'd be on dead center. They got one of the only compounds left into this one, and it's going to be a lot of fields. So there you go, the nades are coming on through, and Doz are getting absolutely battered as Geek are going for the push. They want those 2 extra points.
And that's why split positioning this late into the game is incredibly risky, right? The players from Dingoes that are in the compound down below, they're only going to be able to provide so much support, and the Geek Fam team just pushed in as a full squad at the right time, and it just deserved double kill going over to the side of Geek Fam coming into phase 6. But they are, more importantly, yet to get into the circle of reject. They're waiting by the side of the road to basically welcome the members of Geek into phase 5.
I'm not sure if I would call it a very warm welcome. I think bullets do create a little bit of friction, but at the end, I do like the fact that Reject saw that opportunity. Okay, Geek are fighting. We're out of here. We're going to go into the circle, and we're going to gatekeep you later on down the line. I think that was a really good play coming out from Reject. Unfortunately, this compound is not the best. I think I can both agree with this one, Imperium, when it comes to defending teams reaching you from the east, which that is something that Geek could very easily use to their advantage. Now they could all go for the front breach from that high ground position, or they could avoid the fight entirely. There's 2 options.
Yeah, but look at BTR. They could third party, right? Geek at the end of the day are on the high ground. They're in a risky spot. K2 goes down. Good start for Reject.
Okay, this circle, though, is going to be bonkers. Susa in there, Weeby in there, and also the Warriors from Korea are straight in a northern position, and no one wants anything to do with them in the northern side. But here are going to send 74 forward. BTR are going to send Liquid forward. Also, they're looking to get extra position advantage and priority. I like how teams are going for it, but it is a field finish, Imperium, so it's always going to be just a little bit more dicey because of where it's finishing.
You gotta hope that you have the vehicles, that you have the smoke, that you have the utility to survive. But Ryzen actually goes down. Valdez, the murder, returns fire on the Godless. You can see the kill feed. It's starting to light up, right? The dam has been broken currently in this game. I know there's only 33 players, but that kind of circle shift, as you mentioned, with those fields, is gonna see a few teams get caught out, a few players go back to the lobby. Yeah, we don't talk about it.
Hey, that pole is, not gonna lie, that pole pretty hard to avoid, Imperium, not gonna lie. But you know what, they're still gonna go for the engage. Power AAA were looking good, didn't have to take too many fights, but Reject, they're going vroom, vroom, vroom. They're going right for the position. Going straight into the position of Weebu. I don't know if that's the play. They're gonna have Lapis instantly turn into absolute nothingness. That's got 2 players actually making it in. The Molly's gonna come on through from Ming. He's gonna be alone in this building with the rest of Reject, and the Molly's gonna be just good. Sarah's gonna pick himself 1. But it's still not gonna be looking good, as Sarah's gonna get confirmed out of his own volition. And Weebu will be able to defend successfully this compound. That was a last resort push, and unfortunately the Japanese team is now out of commission.
Here's the thing, I don't think they actually had to do that, though. I really don't think they had to do that, right? They could have played the edge of circle. I respect them for trying it, but man, that was so risky. Warriors are going to get pushed upon by RNG.
Royal never give up, and they are not going to let you down, that's for sure. War is going to be encountered, though. XZ1 is going to be initiated upon, knocked away on his knees. Nade connects. Sung is going to be unfortunately singing himself to his own grave. Yes, all the utilities again. Chuck the jump over. Oh, that was actually perfect while Fabian was chucking his nade, and he's going to get actually knocked away through. Forest is going to be left alone. Run, Forest, run, but he's going to go potentially for the res onto his fallen teammates. And RNG, this is your time to capitalize. He goes for the bloom shots, connects a few bullets, and that might just be Warriors out, as Forest on the slither of HP gets connected upon, and RNG pick up 3 kills. That is the end for the Korean team.
Seriously, we've seen the Chinese team get engaged upon in 2 separate occasions right now, and every single time they've turned the fight around. Why? Because they're so full of confidence that they don't care if they lose a player, if they get a player knocked. The confidence to control the mentality is there to turn it around, to indeed get back up and keep fighting. So good from RNG, but now 7 teams left, 19 players. We're coming into phase 7. Max, Power, AAA, they've done a great job of suppressing Huya. They've also been been taking a couple of players off from the distance. They're utilizing the high ground that is on the edge of the circle to their advantage.
Have you watched Venom, Imperium? Do you know Venom, the movie? It's a symbiote, okay? And it's because it's a toxic, but yet works out as a relationship between two parties. That's exactly the compound of Valdez and Weebu currently. You help me, I help you. We defend and we fight later on. I love that play coming out. The respect coming out from these two teams is necessary. It's a necessary evil for this game to work out for them, as Huya actually get picked up, eliminated by that sneaky grenade from Fluke. And now they are picking himself an entire squad wipe. There's going to be 6 teams remaining in this game, and Bigatron Imperium, they're still here. And you know, Bigatron, when they get to late game, they're not joking anymore.
Oh, Ravenclaw are going to suffer a little bit of damage. He's going to prone back down. Looking to chuck out the smokes because time's ticking down, right? 15 seconds until that blue zone starts closing in. It's not easy to deal with. They do have a couple of vehicles, but you want to throw those smokes out so you can try and get into that hay bale on the edge of the circle, right? Luckily, there's a few hay bales that Power Triple-A can play with, and there's a tiny little bit of a low ground in which I believe BTR can also play in towards coming into the circle, and that's exactly what I want to see from Power Triple-A. Use the smokes, use the vehicle during on the edge of the circle.
I'm so dumb, man. I was thinking like Bigatron, do they have a car? And I was like moving my head to try and look over, but it's a screen. I can't do that. That doesn't work that way. But now he's still got 6 teams in this one. Nobody has died for the time being. But as you said, Zeus, they do have some opportunities, right? That opportunity might be through the death, though, of Power Triple-8. That might have to be the necessary evil for them to go through to take down this team to make sure they can very easily go and make their way into the compound. But as I said, the symbiote kind of relationship between Valdez de Merba and Weebu is working just so good currently. And they're just denying all the teams coming in from the east and also from the west. Those are working out. I think that we're going to have a top 1 and top 2 Weebu and Valdez, seeing how these two teams are playing flawlessly in this late game.
Of course, there's always a little bit of circle look involved, but you got to work with it. You got to use it to your advantage.
The smoke goes away, and so does Abilene, apparently. That's going to be the end of his game. Zeus, though, going to be cornered away by the blue. They've got to keep on moving. That's going to be it. Look at that. RNG on an absolute streak, 8 kills. Imperium now really popping off, 7-7, and also Zing C going to be up to 3 kills each, and now they are going to go for that push, but the car's not looking in good condition. That is definitely not a viable option. Do not do that. Please don't.
Weibo Gaming are still up as a full squad. Valdez are left with 2. Weibo actually moving out of the compound as a duo, so they're going to go for a 2-2 split. I said, hey, it only works if you have the confidence, if you really are sure with what you're going to be able to do with that 2-2 split. It's not a heavy 2-2 split, to be fair, but I think it's a worthy 2-2 split because it shuts out one half of the current circle, and it really means that the 2 players in the compound can focus on the south side.
Also, Liquid of BTR still up, not really running about. If he does run about, I think he's going to die, but he's going to try and take a very slow approach, try and get himself extra positioning points by just trying to survive as long as possible. Zing C actually able to make it inside this warehouse, so that's already a first good approach. Now, going to see if 7786 could actually join up on this position, but Valdez, they 100% know of his whereabouts. They're going to go for the shots now. Zing C's going to go for some, and Molly's actually going to be chucking his way.
Nice.
Zola's going to get picked up. There's going to be potentially, no, it's actually the end of the entirety of Zeus. The Mongolian team is now going to be out of commission in 6, and now we're finally to that point. We are down to top 5. For Power Triple-A, I think they're the next team to go down, and that's indeed going to be the case. Top 5 for Power Triple-A as they get kept away from the circle.
4 teams left, 2 Chinese. You have Valdez, the Murder, and you have Btr in play. So you got 2 Chinese, you got Taiwanese team, and you do have the wonderful Indonesian masters of BTR in play, but Liquid's going down. Zing Z is going to go, no, he's able to get the heal off just in time. Valdez maybe a little bit scared to push as a trio. I'm a bit surprised, right? It's late game, just go for it. You should know that you have that body advantage as BTR go down.
Yeah, 4th position, still a really good first game. I understand why, because the thing is, they know that if they go for that engage, they're going to get third party. Like 100%. They're like, if we can delay it, if we could let Sting C actually get killed by another team, that would be amazing for Valdez because they could be the one to maybe turn the tides somewhat in their favor. And they've got the epic music rolling in the background, so that means we are currently in the finishing moments of this first game of the PEI. Six is going to get knocked away. That's going to be some good engage from BBC. Let's go, as the man says. As now Valdez is going to be hurt. They're going to be wounded. They're trying to crawl back into this game and get himself more comfortable. As we do lose the player of RNG, now it's going to be Weebu as a four-man crew going for the final push onto Valdez. The murder, and it's going to be a 4v3. They still got a res, they're still wounded, they're still hurting as Concept is taking a fight, taking so much damage. He's going to be taken up by Mig. Such a good engage around that corner, and Valdez are now down to one. It's Scary, the all-power of AAA player, as he gets picked up, and that is going to be it. The PEL Season 1 2021 will be taking himself the dub. It's going to be Weebu.
Oh my god, Weebo Gaming with your first win.